So, James Colvin.
Hello.
What do you think? What do you think are the most prominent changes that have occurred in the school in the last 3 years?
3 years.
Or 4?
4. I might.
Or 5.
Or 5. I might just go back all the way back to year 7. I don't know. I think we're too far. Since Dr. Howard left, okay. I kind of get an impression that the year 7s and the lower years don't respect the sixth formers. And it's really strange because I remember always being quite scared of the sixth form. Like I would never talk back to them. I don't know whether that's because of kids nowadays, right? Or whether that's because I don't know. It seems like we're not as professional as we once were. A lot of that sort of thing. It feels like we're just another year of WCGS instead of like part of a different kind of group. I always remember looking up at the sixth form and thinking, man, when I'm up there, all these other kids are going to respect me, and I won't have to deal with people and just messing around and stuff, because that would stop, won't it?
In reference to Mr. Warden specifically, what do you think of his changes that he's made in the past 3 or so years?
Right.
Things like the gates, and maybe in reference to his rhetoric as well. Okay. So endeavour, excellence,
yeah,
etc.
Right. It's easy to take the mick out of. I think he's made some good changes. I don't think it's all negative because I do feel like he's got a vision and he wants to achieve it. In regards to like the gates, I think it sucks that we don't have quite as much freedom as we once did. Like in regards to we're no longer allowed to have a break, which I don't agree with personally. But I think in terms of what's required out of a school, it makes sense.
In reference to, for example, the fact that in our contact books we've got a almost WCGS pledge now in the beginning of it. Do you feel at all like that's maybe excessive, or that it somehow can alienate students from the
I think it can. It's a bit like it's something that's being introduced, and it's almost as though it's trying to tap into the kind of heritage of the school. Has that Latin slogan, not slogan, but motto
at summer?
Yeah, has that been there since the 30s?
No, it came from the I think it's the slogan for the Sutton Council.
Okay. It just feels like they're trying to make it like, this is what it's been for years.
Yeah.
For a lot of us that have been here for quite a while, we know it isn't.
So they're trying to rewrite history.
Well, this isn't Soviet Russia.
For example, Pol Pot, sort of year 0, sort of thing.
Yeah,
a bit like that.
Well, I guess you could say that, but I'm not gonna. I don't think it's that bad. I think a pledge is just a bit unnecessary sometimes.
Fair.
But I can see why he would do it. It makes sense because schools a lot of people like heritage and tradition, and it's more additions to that.
Final question. Do you think, and if you do, then why, that people are somewhat... they judge figures that have come into school recently, such as Mr. Warden, somewhat too harshly?
I think sometimes they do. I think it's very easy to look at the person coming in that's making changes and say, well, things were like this once, and they should stay like this. I think he's had a far more positive influence than he has a negative one. And also, I think there's a lot of external factors. It's easy to say, Mr. Wan's the head teacher, he made all these choices.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more to it. Like, I know that they had to increase the size of lower sixth in order to make ends meet in terms of budget and stuff, because otherwise they wouldn't get enough funding.
Because they're an academy now.
Yeah, and the more people in the sixth form, the more whatever it is,
money you generate.
More money you generate.
Which, as it's academy, from what I understand, means it's more privately owned. So
which it's unfortunate that things have to go that way, and I think he's taking a bit too much flack sometimes for decisions being made that are sometimes out of his control.
Do you think he took the rap for a bit?
I think so, but on the same end, I don't think he's going to complain about it. I think he'd just take it on the shoulder. He seems like the sort of person that's not going to. He doesn't have much of an ego, I don't think.
No.
He doesn't care about it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Well, just make sure you're self-disciplined.
Oh,
no, okay.
You've been hit by a smooth criminal.
Hello. Tom, or Thomas Ward. You're a member of the Upper Sixth.
Yep.
Okay, do you want to tell us a little about yourself?
Well, my name's Thomas. I study history, politics and economics, and I've been at this school since year 7.
Okay. How are you finding it? Or how do you find the school?
Oh, I love the school. Yeah, it's great. I've never had anything to complain about. I mean, we complain about the little things now and again, but overall, it's just been great, I think.
Yeah.
He's much more stringent about where you actually go at Wednesday period 5 now. For example, last year, I know about half the year at least would just go home.
Such as yourself?
Yeah, such as myself. Film Society.
Yes, of course.
That's
Which you have an active role in, I understand.
Yes, I'm one of the committee members.
So what does that involve, Tom? What do you do?
Oh, it involves a lot of hard work. I have to go home each night basically and try and think of an itinerary. I have to make a timetable. I'm often having to do talks all the time because, to be honest, a lot of the other committee members, they don't really do much.
Alright. And why do you feel like it's, I mean, do you enjoy doing the work that you do for it?
Oh yeah, I love doing it. But at the same time, it would be, well, very helpful if the other committee members would bother even showing up. So, I mean, they pretty much just leave it to me.
Yeah.
So I mean, recently I did a talk in God Bless America. And, yeah.
God Bless America, was that so? You did a talk?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And what was the problem with that?
The problem was that basically I asked anyone else if they wanted to do a talk, got no response. I had to do this. They didn't even show up to watch my talk, considering they're other committee members. But anyway, that's Film Society problems. That's not my life.
What other societies are you involved in?
I'm heavily involved in the Physics Society.
I
I recently signed a
Did you
Science rules.
Society.
Okay. How do you feel in relation to Physics Society? The fact that you don't do physics. How do you feel that sort of reflects on it?
What, on physics as a whole?
Well, Physics Society.
To be honest, I know I don't do physics at any level, but I did plan to.
So, Tom, what other aspects of the school, aside the wider life in terms of extracurricular, do you enjoy most?
I particularly enjoy the scheduled assemblies. I feel that they're often very informative. Recently we had a talk in smoking.
Oh yeah, we did, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was especially useful as, I mean, I know myself.
You've gone through some hard times.
Yeah, basically, and that assembly really helped me get through some tough times, to be honest. So, I mean, when the school provides services such as that, it's quite heartfelt actually. I did really appreciate that assembly.
Well, that's really hard. I'm glad to hear. Aside the assemblies, how about at lunchtime and break, for example? What do you do then?
Oh, at lunchtime, linking in with what we just said, I'm often running around organising all the societies that I'm in. Hutchins Society on Fridays. Again, I run Hutchins Society. I'm pretty much busy. Every single break, I'm pretty much organising stuff.
At lunchtime, I imagine, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
you have any time to do work.
Yeah, I know. I mean, to be honest, it's like the gates, they're not even a problem because I'm doing so much work that I don't even get to go out really.
Ah, fair enough. So, I mean, you could almost say that the gates were almost like there before they were even put in.
Yeah, like a mental barrier. Like, yeah, you couldn't move out because the amount of work I'm left to do.
Yeah, I see. That must be quite harrowing.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah, I think it's helped people, yeah.
What do you think you'd do in your freeze, final question, if you weren't involved in societies?
I'd revise and do my work and homework and such.
Okay, fair enough. Well, that's very, very good, Tom. Thank you very much. And
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Yes. When did you pull out of it?
We're doing a documentary. I'm sorry, but
It's all right.
it's
Just
the
pause it,
least.
pause it.
Right.
How do you feel?
The film.
Alright.
And
Can we just stop?
I
Can we just stop? I can't take it. That was